I got the game starts, and here we are for the very first time in the history of Warcraft 3. We see Terranas Stand LV, which is the name convention for the new maps. So Terranas Stand LV, the starting positions have changed. We see 120 in the bottom right, in the bottom right corner of Terranas Stand. Is it weird to say that? Holy cow. And yeah, some trees are adjusted as well. So I don't know if he played this before, or if he's just base building this from scratch now. Fly in the upper left. I don't know if what LV stands for. No idea. It looks a little narrow to me, which I think is a good thing for Undead, so you can close your base easier. So, of course, no changes in the heroes. It's gonna be Blade Master and Death Knight. So, since there's no changes to units or heroes, we might see the same metagame, or we will see the same metagame. The interesting thing about here today is the creep spots and the item drops and the new base layout. Do you see my cursor? Wait a second. No, you don't. Okay, so I can't show things to you, unfortunately. But yeah, above the starting position, or below, depending on who you're looking at, there's a mercenary camp now. So it's not at the 3 and 9 o'clock position anymore, but at the 10 and 4 o'clock position, which in theory makes it easier to access, but it looks like the main gold mines are further away from the starting positions. So I think this is a nerf against humans so far. So, okay, this camp is the same. At the shop, we see, oh, this is slightly bigger. So 120 creeping. And they both, I thought they decided to go for the same one. Oh, I would love to see the upper right now. Is the expansion buffed? Come on, Forrest, show it. This creep spot is a little harder, the little green one. And this looks... No, it's different. There's no assassin anymore, but 3 of the rogues instead. So this looks a little harder, and it gives a better item. You see the Ring of Regeneration was not findable before in the upper right and bottom left. That was a claw or a circlet item before. So that's a big change already, man, especially for orcs. Like, we know Focus and Fly, they creep just one item, or one creep and get the item there, and that is really good. And that item changed as well at the natural expansion. That was like a Scourge Bone Chimes, Boots of Kel'Thuzad before. Now it's a Mana Stone. I like that change, so it's not that easy to snipe a Vamp Aura or a big damage boosting item. Consumable, I think, fits it better. Of course, he's very lucky with the Mana Stone now. Can potentially be a Book of the Dead, so... Oh, that creep spot is entirely new, or like moved from the north position. This was what you found on the way to the laboratory before, and now it's here above the mercenary camp, or below the mercenary camp. I thought it would be closer to the base. This is, yeah, this, I like that change, I think. In general, it looks like Terranas became a lot bigger, and you see there's way more orange creep spots now. The mercenary camp is entirely revamped, as you can see. Before there was a Taskmaster and 2 Mud Golems. Now it's a Renegade Wizard. It should be easier to creep. And 2 drops. I don't know what drops there were. Murlocs stay the same, as it seems. In the upper right, Nightcrawler and 2 Huntsmen. Tier 2 tech by Fly almost finished. Of course, this is designed to showcase the maps and not a regular match. So 120 creeping the rest of this spot. Decent inventory, close to level 3, but you see how inefficient they creep because they're not used to the map. Usually they would be level 3, like way earlier, but now they're finding out about the item drops and about the creep spots, so they will optimize it. Anchor free incarnation here. So far, Blademaster not that pimped, only +4. Got boots and wants to harass now, as it seems. Tier 3 tech on the way, 4120. And the Lich is coming second, of course. Opens up a timing window for Fly to do something. Tier 3, and the Shadow Hunter is coming. Once the Shadow Hunter is out, I think he will start being aggressive. What's the item drop at this Merc camp? Subby Mask. Alright, so it's not at this laboratory, I mean. So the laboratory before was, of course, a level 2 item, Claw, Circlet, blah blah blah. Now it's bigger, so basically every single creep spot has been buffed on Terranas. This should mean a lot more experience, and it's a wall off. Nicely done by 120, no chance for Fly to get in there. So yeah, it's a lot bigger. It's more items, more creeps, more experience. Oh, Blademaster, nice call by 120 here. The first attack of this game, but with Frost Armor and Coil, he should be safe. There's the second one. The Berserker is in trouble. The Grunt is in trouble as well. So much mana spent on Frost Armor here. And boom, Grunt goes down. 120 with the first blood on the new... Yeah, he's the first one to kill a unit on Terranas Stand LV. Update that in the trivia of this version. Another coil, and the Shadow Hunter, of course, arrives a little late. Usually you want this ambush with hacks while the Shadow Hunter is not there. This Fiend will die. Blademaster's diving in deep. The Grunts come to 8, but there's Windwalk and he escapes, no problem. So let me open up the chat. Let me see what you think. Creeps are easier. You say creeps are easier. Looks like it, right? Like there's no Mud Golem anymore, no Taskmaster anymore, from what we've seen so far. So no stun, no slow. Was there poison on the natural expansions? Like poison creeps? The bottom is cut off. Oh, sorry about that. That's better, right? Sorry. So what we see here is a lot more consumables than before. So maybe their goal is, wow, level 8? Holy shit! This has entirely been redone. And finally this creep spot has some value. Before nobody really did it. But with this level 8 Magi now, it's a, wow. It's a big consumable. So there's two big consumables in the middle of the map. That could be really interesting at early tier 2 stages. Like you get a Tavern Hero and then go creep this. And 120 might be able to get both of them. Before there were some nulls, right? And they didn't drop an item. So the middle of the map becomes way more important. Oh, he stole it. Nice. And that's something I like. The middle of the map was never really important. You just went to the tavern and headed to the opponent's base. Now there's some value. There's big value in the middle now. Because, like, I think if you get one spot, you get the second spot as well. This should be the case. And that creates, like, a space to fight for. Maybe early tier 2, late tier 2. So we have 2 Kodo Beasts now. TC as a third hero. Blademaster under attack. He was silenced, but the heal wave arrives. TC could stomp, but he's silenced as well. But this stomp will be pretty damn good. Scroll of the Beast being used. There's no Dispel. We don't see anything from him. Oh, the coil is a little too late. He stood right next to it, but he gets the counter kill on the 30 by killing the TC. Now the Lich is in trouble. He used the coil before, but there's an Invo Potion on 1-0. Kodo Beast about to die. Yeah, long range shot. The Fiend comes back. And it looks like 1-0 is wiping the floor with Fly so far. There's only a Grunt left, and there's still 2 Fiends and the statue. Oh, yeah, 3 Fiends now, 2 Fiends, but the Destroyer is in the air, and Fly has to run away back to his base. Should feel a little uncomfortable to click in the upper left to go home. More and more kills from this, from the GCS champion. And this might be the end for the Blade Master here. Oh, Windwalk, man. Holy shit, that was close. He gets out, but that is it for him. He has the Anchor of Reincarnation, though, so he's just out of the fight for a few seconds. Oh, DK is safe. Dark Ritual, so he must be level 4 already. Raiders fall, and without Ensnare, you can't really go for the heroes anymore. Destroyer stays up. And Fly just got wrecked, I think. 34 supply. Oh, excuse me, 30 supply, and level up for the DK as well. He's trying his best to kill the Destroyer, but this won't work. Oh, wow, nice swap of a potion. He has Ruined Braces, though, but it doesn't help him. This time he dies for real, and he has Ensnare, yeah, but what's it worth without a Blade Master? DK level 5 already, and the Blade Master was just level 3, so 1-0. Use the new creep spots a lot more efficiently. This creep spot stays the same, by the way. Same item, same creep level. And same creep composition. But apart from that, I think there's like 2 spots that are the same. But apart from it, every single creep spot has been changed. So Terranar Stand is basically a new map. Especially for humans, I think it's going to be way harder to expand. I'm not really sure how the natural expansion creep spot is, because we saw them so late, but expanding in the upper right and lower left should be harder. Well, it's still doable though. It's just 3 of the level 4 assassins. So yeah, it will still be doable. But I need to know the creep spots before. Mercenary Camp, how was it protected? Well, Blade Master's not coming back from this. Has to go to the tavern. TC is already there. He has 500 gold, so yeah, there he is. Blade Master's back, so last stand for Fly now. As his base is getting wrecked with a lot of Fiends and 1 Destroyer only. That's enough for him, level 4 on the Lich. He had very lucky items though as well, with the Mana Stone, Subby Mask. DK never ran out of mana. Fly supply stuck. He's trying his best. And yeah, gets the Coil Nova immediately, right clicks, and wow, escapes. Does he have a heal self? Yes, he does on the Shadow Hunter, but this won't save him. Boom, TC nuked to death, and I think the Blade Master will follow shortly. 50 supply for 1-0. Blade Master's going crazy, but not anymore. Boom, second hero dead as well. And 1-0 wins the first map, wins the first game on Terranar Stand LV. And it looks like they are doing a little break as he's packing his stuff. So what did we learn? We learned that way more consumables and the middle is way more important than it was before. I think that are the 2 most important things. Too many items? Well, we have to consider that this might be the first time they play this. or a few times. So, and this is a show match to showcase this map, so they will creep a lot more than they usually do. And Fly was less aggressive, I think, than he usually was. Nice to see them joking. So I think we see Warcraft 3 players so rarely. I will show it to you, even though we don't understand anything. But in a normal game, in a competitive game, they won't have the time to creep at as much as they did now. That's impossible. Wow, Twitch staff is looking as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, man. So this won't be an orc map, that's for sure. Way too few permanent items for that. We saw a Subby mask, and we saw like 2 or 3 spots where you can get claws and circlets. But apart from that, a lot of consumables, which is, I think, always pretty good for undead and like night elf and stuff. The strength of the middle will force players to be more aggressive against orcs so they can't get the middle. Yeah, I think that's absolutely key. Not allowing players to get the middle. Because you can end up with 2 big mana potions, 2 big involts, imagine that. If you're lucky. So I think Night Elves will have problems against this. Because their tier 2 is so weak. When they go Talents versus Orc, for example. And if the Orc goes there with a Raider or whatever, he can pretty easily creep this. Hex, Blade Master, and Snare, and Spirit Link. So the 2 consumables should belong to him. Or to the Orc. Oh, I got the translation here from Kirke. Wow, what's going on there? Okay, I just got a message from a girl that is deeply involved with Netties. She says, telling you on August 4 there's going to be a global update, but the old and new versions will be played in parallel. The new version is for testing throughout the summer, and we can use the old maps still. So they will not be replaced. There will be a big update on August 4. So that is breaking news here, everybody. August 4, global update for Warcraft with the new maps and the new drops.